You guys haven't done this one yet? You haven't seen the compliance class yet?
Yeah, that's what I don't know if it's
I don't know,
different.
have we?
So this
The
is the
same
one
one
we've
that
done,
we did?
the same one we've done for the last 2 weeks. Have you been here the
I
last?
haven't done just the compliance one.
Well, let's see the compliance.
It's just compliance, so this is
This one
basically
is-
what the new Sky Slope's gonna
Well, the
be.
last one we came in, you were doing it too, or who was, no, Adam was teaching it.
Adam was here.
Was it, what was?
It was probably the same one. Was it, what time was it, like
Well, let's
last?
start like, let's look
Yeah,
into
let's
it
do it.
and then.
It's just getting into the,
How to accept an offer and then get it, yeah, we did that,
Yeah.
and then we were trying to figure out the percentage of the commission, how to split it or.
No, this is where we upload the documents now, for, cause instead of Sky Slope, it's this.
yeah,
This is-
it's the same,
Alright.
same section of where you upload, yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same area
So
of
we're
the
not
Oh,
commission.
trying to-
yes.
So it's the same thing. I'm
Okay.
literally walking through the same thing. We're just trying to give everyone a
Okay.
chance to,
Okay, well, this one said, I'm like, oh, we gotta go, I thought it was something new.
it's the same
Now
one,
you
we've
have
done
to
the same one
learn
for
it.
2 weeks. But if you already know it, that's why I was like, I figured you guys have already been in,
Okay.
but.
Well,
I don't know if
better,
Say
say
on
on
this
that.
side. Okay.
Juliana?
Alright. Thank you, Garrett.
Uh-huh.
We got other things to do.
You guys sit through it again.
And-
Once you've sat through it once, you're good.
Yeah,
Unless-
save them.
yeah.
Yes, I know. You
Not-
saved this
It's like a
sometime.
class tomorrow.
I don't know.
I say you
It's the
saved
same
this.
class again.
Same one again?
Oh, maybe we'll do, yeah, we just did 2 weeks of the same class at random times to
Uh-huh.
try to get as many agents an opportunity to see what's coming.
Okay,
I really want
They're
to
interested, they'll call.
Okay.
what is the opportunity again?
like, the.
It's the section that you get into this.
Like putting
It's your
the leads
whiteboard.
in,
All your leads, everything that's gonna be hot.
the one that we do.
That's what she pays us for.
She's gonna be like,
I
alright,
want that, I want her to start understanding and using so that we don't have to do triple of our job.
and for her to see it.
For to see it
Because
and
right now we're
understand.
putting them in a spreadsheet,
Yeah, it's done.
yes.
I want her to see it.
Yeah,
and
this will keep
understand
track of all
so
your
that-
business for you.
So that it's all in one place and we can all go to it.
Yeah.
You know,
Otherwise we have three separate.
but maybe she could see it differently because then I'm that,
She doesn't hear it from us.
but because she goes based on what the coach is telling her, the coach is
The
telling her.
coach should tell her to be doing this.
Well,
Surprised.
she's the one that gave her the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't been updated though.
Yeah.
But she wants her to be in command too.
So it's like we're just putting people like in this.
So am I gonna be the only one in this class?
You and hundreds of people on Facebook Live.
Oh no.
Are we live right now?
Yeah,
Are we
Oh my
live?
God.
yeah.
Oh my god, you just heard all that?
Yeah.
Can you
everyone heard
delete
it.
that, please?
Everyone heard all of it.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, about that.
This is too close. There's nobody here.
So I get one-on-one?
One-on-one training. It's gonna be good stuff. You're gonna know how to use this at such a high level.
Oh, right. I'm gonna teach in the class next time.
You'll be ready to rock. All right. Are we live on Facebook?
Yeah.
Hi, Facebook land.
Hi Veronica, how you doing?
Can they see me? Is that Veronica calling about Facebook?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Okay, we'll get started. All right, so bring this about here so my works, and I'm gonna sit. Okay, so our compliance is going to completely change. We're going to have one spot shop for everything we need to do in our real estate business, and that is our command platform. Are you able to log into command? Have you been there before? Do you know where to go? So where we're going, first steps first, is we're going to agent.kw.com. You'll have a screen that looks like this. Get it?
I'm logging in.
Alright. So we got this screen, we'll log in, I'll log into mine. It is our MyKW password, everything's always the same. We've got to change the password. Alright, so we log in, we're in our platform of our real estate office. So you'll see right here, we have tasks to complete. If you have tasks put in there, it'll tell you things that you need to do, when their due date is, things that are coming up this week in Command that we could create an opportunity from card, just reading stuff, where you can see what's coming up in Command. We have our database health and some more information in a notepad if we just want to take some notes. Hey,
This is the class for
compliance.
compliance.
Yeah, have you done it yet?
No.
Okay, you're in the right spot then. All right, so where we're gonna be doing our compliance, where we're gonna be taking care of this, think of this as basically our new SkySlope, where we go through and add our files and we input our files to the system and we can have track of all our information.
And when is gonna be ready to?
To do it,
Mhm.
so currently it works just fine, it's ready, but we're gonna keep SkySlope open for a while, just to make sure everything goes smooth.
But you can work in Command and SkySlope at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Alright. So, first things first is over here, this is our platform Command. We have different apps that all do different amazing cool things, all for different classes and trainings that we will be doing. But the one we're gonna pay attention to right now is opportunities. Now an opportunity is a chance for us to make money. It's an opportunity, it's a chance to make money. So we're gonna click on opportunities and get into that app. You there?
Yes.
Alright. So think of this page right here as a scoreboard and or a whiteboard of what your business is doing. So you have your listings, you have your buyers, you have your leases, and your ratios and what's sold. You have your potential income, your probable income of both of these areas, all from different opportunities that you create within the system. Now an opportunity is anytime you meet someone that's going to buy or sell a home in the next 6 months. If they're already selling, great, it's an opportunity. If they're selling in 6 months, great, it's an opportunity, a chance that you can make some money. If they're going to be selling maybe next year, the year after, you might want to keep them just as a contact, as a long-term cultivate, but this is more meant for that next 6 months worth of business that's coming in. Just come on in, don't be shy. Don't be shy. So, we're going to create an opportunity up here, and what this is saying is that you are making someone that's going to buy or sell a house in the next 6 months, hopefully. Now the opportunity might fall through, it does happen, that's okay. So we're going to create that opportunity to show you how the SkySlope portion is going to be through this system. So if you currently use SkySlope, when you get a listing or when you take a listing or you get a buyer, do an RPA, you get into SkySlope and either A, you give it to a TC that creates it for you, or B, you create it yourself, and you create the blue pages and you create the transaction. The opportunity is basically the same thing. So I'm going to create the opportunity at the top right. Now, I'm in the market center of the Antelope Valley. If I'm a part of a team, I would do that in here. If I'm not a part of a team, there won't be anything there. The opportunity type, I'm going to say it's a listing. I'm the owner. And now I got to put the client's name in here, because the client's name, our command is a CRM and many other things. So the client's name is going to have to take from our contact database. So if I don't have them saved as a contact, they're not going to be in here. So the first thing you have to do is add them as a contact. I'm going to pretend I already have someone in here. So let's say my good friend Ryan, let's go, Hazard. Ryan is going to sell a house. He's in those are all the hazards I had.
So you put the last name in first?
It just searched. You could do whatever. It just, I have a bunch of Ryans, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just easier. I have like 2,000 contacts in here, so. Now let's say if Ryan was married and his wife was in here, I could click on the co-seller and search her name and put her name in there as well. Now the opportunity name, I'm going to name it. Now I have a lot of people, and so I'm going to make this a little bit more easy to find. We'll say 1234 Main Street listing. So Hazard 1234 Main Street listing. Now if I wanted to custom tag these, if I wanted to really sort my business to make sense, at the end of the year I want to go back and see where all my listings came from, I could say, I could add a tag like door knocking. I could create a tag. So now every time I get a listing from door knocking, I can put that in there so I can see at the end of the year I have my open house listings, my door knocking listings, my cold call listings, my sphere of influence, if I wanted to. You don't have to, just to help you keep track of where your business is coming from. I would recommend it. So I talked to Ryan, let's pretend just for giggles that I met him at an open house and he is going to sell. He told me he's selling next month. He's going to be interviewing agents. And he was just curious what the houses were selling for. So let's say I met him at an open house. So let's put open house. Look at that, I already have it there for me. And he's gonna list next month, September, and then I will close, we'll say by the end of November. It's just estimated. I can go back and change that if I want. The house that he looked at was about 400,000, so I'm guessing his is gonna be right around 400,000, and then it's a 3% commission. And now I have to put it in the phase. Now, he told me he's going to sell in a month. I don't have an appointment yet, and it's not active, so I need to cultivate him. I got to cultivate to get the appointment. So I'm going to put him on my plans. I'm going to try to talk to him once a week. I'm going to try to make sure I stay relevant. So he's a cultivate. And the opportunity is he's either a watch. Say he was 6 months out, he'd be a watch. If he was 3 to 6 months out, maybe a nurture. He's hot. Next month, he told me he's moving, he's getting the heck out of California, he's retiring, tired of the taxes, he's moving to Arizona. Pretty reasonable because many people are doing that right now. So I'm going to create the opportunity. So what I did is when I created the opportunity, this brought me into the opportunity itself. So if I back up, we can see it as a whole, but this is in the opportunity. And you'll see I have my general information right here, my opportunity ID. This is what we used to have to do for a first review and a second review. We got a DA number. Now that's going to create it right there for us real quickly. All right? So you'll see this information's in here. I have their name, my name, where it came from, cultivate hot. I don't have appointment scheduled day, about 400,000. It's pretty generic. I could change this as I need to for the future. Okay?
So this is basically the same as putting a contact into the sphere of influence?
Yes.
Oh.
So far. So you have your contacts are up there at the top. That's a whole nother app, and we'll teach a whole class on just what you can do with your contacts. But if you're talking about your CRM, if you used like Lion's Desk, or if you used eEdge, or if you used any of those before eEdge, that function up at the very top, the contacts, is where you're going to put them in there. You're going to do the 8x8 campaigns. You're going to reach out to them. You can text. You can do everything from there. Set appointment reminders. This is more for when you're actually going to sell and buy something.
Okay.
So when they're getting hot.
Okay.
So this information in here, as you'll notice, we have the details, then we have documents, then we have offers, then we have commissions, then we have notes. The document section is going to look just like our SkySlope. So right now, when you have an offer, you have to go to SkySlope, log into SkySlope, and you have to put in all the information. Now it's all in one place. You can put all the documents and all your requests for your second reviews, your third reviews, your fourth reviews will all be done through this system in the near future. You'll even put your offers in here, and you'll even be able to see what your commission breakdown is, your CDA, what you have left on your cap, your royalties left, all through this system, all in one place. It makes it real simple. And we're going to show you that. So, I'm going to just back out real quick. So I'm going to go right back to my listings and my sales pipeline. Let me go back actually one more. So you'll notice I have my listings, and now this is like I consider my whiteboard. Now we made that opportunity, and we made it as a cultivate. So you'll now notice there's one in here. I don't have any appointments. I have one active listing. I have 2 under contract, and I had 1 that closed this month. My potential income is $47,000 if all these close. My probable income is $28,000 based on the probabilities of these actually closing on what my systems have done. So after I've done 50 of these, it'll actually give me my business numbers. After I've done 50 total, it'll tell me what my conversion rate is. If I put 50 in here and I only convert 10 of them, I'll be at a 10%, and it'll tell me. And it'll also tell me what all of command is, which is really cool. All right? So, I've made this cultivate, so I can click in to my cultivate now and see what I have. And you'll notice I have my one, Hazard 123 Main Street. This is the opportunity that I created, and it's in the hot phase, because they're gonna sell soon. I can grab and move this around, say if they're a nurture, they're not gonna sell now, they might sell next year. I need to put them on a watch. I can do whatever I want with them. I can move them around as I go. But let's pretend I follow up with them for the month and I get the appointment. They're gonna sell next month. I'm meeting with them to get an appointment. So I grab them, I'm gonna drop them right up into the appointment. Boop. Now I've moved them over. Now they're in my appointments. My pre-appointment, great. All this fun stuff I can do. I set my appointment. Now they kept the appointment. I went and did the appointment. I'm all excited. Woohoo! Got the listing. Now I can drag it and make it active. Now I have two. Let's see, I've done the Hazard one before. I have two at the staging stage. We're not going live yet until later or whatever. I staged them. I pre-market them. Now we're going live. We're showing the house. Super exciting. We get an offer. We're negotiating. Exciting. We could go under contract. We can move it up there all the way to close. The reason why you want to do this, it's a benefit. You don't have to do any of this. The reason why you want to do this is it's going to keep track of your business for you as you move people through and start showing you what your conversion rates are. So if you say you put 10 people in your cultivate or 20 people in your cultivate and you're only getting one appointment, and it'll look at what you're doing, it'll look at the rest of command and what the rest of command is doing, and it'll start showing you that you're not doing as well as everybody else. Hey, and it's at getting the appointment. They might recommend 2 or 3 training classes that'll help you get setting your appointments better. So at a high level, as 200,000 agents are using this worldwide, this will help us and make this easier for every agent. It's just giving us data and keeping track of your business. Currently, people use spreadsheets, real wide big spreadsheets to keep track of what they're doing, how many leads come in, how many of those turn into appointments, what's my conversion, what's my return on investment on certain things. This will keep track of most of that for you. Makes it super easy. Okay. The only part you have to do, you don't have to move your people over, you don't even have to, you do whatever you want with all those. The only part that you actually have to do is once you create this opportunity, even if it's at the very beginning at the cultivate or in the active or wherever you put it, you have to be able to get into it, put our documents, and put in our offers into that opportunity. So you'll notice I'm back in the opportunity. Everyone saw how I got back into there by clicking in? We get it? Am I going too fast?
No, how did you get back?
Okay, so I'm going to go all the way back to the front page. This is the home page. You'll notice I don't have any in cultivate, I don't have any appointments, I have 2 inactive because I moved it all the way over as I was moving it. Think of this as your whiteboard of your buyers and your sellers and your leads that are coming in. So I have 2 in here in the active. If I click into the active, I can click here and it'll go, or at the very top, I could just go to all opportunities and see what all my opportunities are if I don't like to move them over on that board. That board just helps you in your business. You don't have to do it. We just recommend it because it makes it easier. So now here's all my opportunities. You'll notice a bunch that are closed. I have a couple active under contract. I have the Hazard 1234 Main Street right there. And I can click into there as well. I'm going to go back to the board. So I like the board. I'm going to click into the actives. You'll notice I have them here again. And when you click on the name, it brings you into the opportunity. So this is where your compliance and everything's going to be done in the near future. So SkySlope will be going away. Not yet. We're giving it time. We're going to make sure all this works perfect before we do it. But this will be the way we do it in the future because it's much simpler and it's all in one place. We don't have to go 19 different places anymore. So I have my opportunity and here my information. Now I'm going to connect my listing that I took to this opportunity. So up here you guys have select from KWLS. I'm going to click that. Now your listings will pull up here. I'm going to do all listings. Does somebody have a listing they want to share? Anyone have a listing here? An address? No listings? Okay, let's pretend that this listing right here is ours. you can always just search it. Let's see if there's a. Yeah, that's just the. I need more than that. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Main. See what comes up with Main Street. 4, 2. Look at that. Styles Road. Ooh. We'll do this one. Let's pretend this is ours. So I'll select it. Now you'll see it's been up here in the picture and it's been added. What that does is pull over all the MLS data into the command system so you don't have to put it in. So all your square footage, all that stuff, it pulls it directly over for you. So you don't have to do it anymore. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we got the listing, we put it in here. You'll see now we have our documents. I'm going to click on this. Now this is going to look real similar to SkySlope if you're familiar with SkySlope. We've named it everything exactly the same as it looks in SkySlope, so it's very easy for everyone to be able to do. So as we scroll down, you'll see I have it listed. And then this is what's required for me to put it in here so we can do our compliance piece. So the 101, the AD, the agency disclosure, I could add a file. I could drag and drop it right into here. Let's pretend this is an AD. Right there, we have the AD in there, it's uploaded. You'll see it says required, it's needed. The PRPS, I could add a file, I could drag and drop it. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put all your files into here that are required that you need, just like the first review, the same process we always do in SkySlope. Then we're gonna hit submit to MC. It says, are you sure all attached documents are accurate before you hit submit? Currently, we do what? A first review. We email compliance and we do a first review. Now we just have to hit submit to MC, and those documents will all get sent over to the Market Center and they'll review the file for you. Kit will review the file.
Are we gonna stay using the TC?
The virtual TCs? So the plan is yes. They're working on getting us access. So here's the truth behind it all. Is every other state besides California, Hawaii, and Washington, they have DocuSign built in, and so you hit a button on here, and it sends the documents to your clients to sign, and it comes back in automatically. California, Washington, and Hawaii, unfortunately, they're working with negotiations with CarForms to be able to allow us to have that. So the future for the TC rule and being able to split the documents for you and putting them in might not be as necessary in the very near future. So when they built the system, there's no reason to have a virtual TC do that for you because you hit a button, it sends it out, they sign it, it comes back in for you. The virtual TCs now, they help divide your documents and they put them in. So they're working on getting virtual TC access. Currently we don't have it, but in the near future it might not be that necessary. Just for the fact that a lot of that job is going to be taken, not necessary anymore. You're going to need an AD, you're going to hit a button on there for an AD, it's going to send it to your clients to DocuSign. It's really cool, and it comes back in all for you done. So it's pretty fancy. So as you go through and you put all your documents in and you submit to the MC, the Market Center, we'll review it for you, and if there's anything that's missed, we'll kick it back. You'll get notified on Kelly, hey, you need to fix this, blah, blah, blah. You'll fix your documents until you're ready to go. We're all on the same page, kind of? Somewhat confused?
So they notify us on Kelly?
So you'll get an update either on command, it'll beep. You also get an update on your phone through Kelly saying, hey, you got an update. Kelly will be a lot more active, especially when the consumer app comes out. There's going to be a lot more interactions with Kelly in command and your consumers all on the Kelly platform. So we'll start using it a lot more as we transition more into the digital front of what's kind of happening in the industry. So stay tuned with that, but yes, it will be. Okay, so let's pretend I'm on the market and I get an offer, or I get a couple offers. Very exciting. I'm going to show you what's coming, just so you can get a tease. We don't need to do this right now. I don't want to confuse you too much. But who's done an offer for Homebase Realty? You guys ever run an offer for Homebase? So currently if you do, or an REO with home path or a short sale. Has anyone done one of those yet? No? Okay. So currently if you do an offer for any of those, you have to get onto their website and you fill out all the information and you submit it electronically. Their offers and everything to them. So I'm going to show you what, as an agents, we're going to have very soon to make it easier for you guys to receive offers. So over here at the right for this house, we could generate an offer URL. Now a URL is just a website. All a URL is just a website. So this is going to make a website just for people to submit offers to your listing. That's it. So if I hit this button, whoop, it's going to give me this website. I'm going to copy it. I can hit copy. Now, when I go on the MLS, instead of saying please submit all RPAs to garrett.rowe@gmail.com, I will say please submit all offers to this website. And I'll show you what it's going to look like. This is a work in progress, so it's going to change a little bit, but it works pretty well. So it says offer for Hazard 1234 Main Street listing. Now this is what a buyer's agent will see when they want to submit an offer to you. Now you don't have to use this. You're not forced to. You can do business as usual. It's just to make your life easier if you so choose to use this. And I'll show you why it's pretty cool. So instead of submitting an offer to my email, I say submit an offer to this website. They click on it. Now they're going to come out here and fill the information. Buyer's agent will say Adam Wilson is the buyer's agent. He doesn't leave his email. The buyer's name is John Doe. Doesn't leave his information. The offer type, the cash amount. They're going to put down, what did I say, it was a $400,000 loan. They're going to put down $20,000. Closing dates. October 31st. Contract amount, they're going to give us the full $400,000. They created it on today. There's no fee. The earnest money, they're going to put down 8. They're going to finance 38. They are pre-approved, no option period. The property address is already in there because I connected it, and I'm the seller. So now they're going to also be able to connect their RPA. They're going to upload the RPA to here. Currently, this is just a test to kind of show you what's coming, so don't buy too much of it. They hit submit offer. It says, thank you, you submitted an offer. So what will happen is your phone will go ding. Congratulations, you got an offer on Kelly. So I'll show you what that looks like. So in your offers now, you'll notice I have, boom, a John Doe offer. Pretty cool. And then a fake Michael Jordan, Kevin Wong one. Just ignore that. So you'll see I have a John Doe, Adam Wilson. It's been pre-approved, $400,000 offer, $20,000 cash, earnest money. Pretty cool. So these will just show up in here and you'll get notified when you get offers. So you won't, they're very cool. And it gives you the breakdown of what they're offering. Now you can still get the RPA, look through it, make sure there's no hidden surprises in there. But it's just to show you like, okay, I know basically what I'm getting with this offer. Now let's pretend I just get an RPA through the, an email. They don't fill it out this way. So I could add a new offer, and we'll say this offer came from Mike. I can create an offer. Now Mike knows the name. Here's the offer date, and they say it's going to close. They can close it a little bit faster. Let's pretend. Now I can go to the parties. Now mind you, this looks exactly like the blue sheet does when we set up in SkySlope. So if you do SkySlope yourself, you have to fill out all this information as well, every time. I used to do it myself. I didn't use the virtual TCs. If you use the virtual TCs right now, they are doing this part for you. Okay? We on the same page with that? Do we all use virtual TCs or do we do it ourselves? Virtual TCs. So have you used SkySlope and done it yourself or no? You have? Okay. So let's say the party's name, the buyer's name is Tom. They are pre-approved and they're pre-qualified. This is Adam Wilson again. And the terms, they're going to put down 10,000. They're going to offer 410. Look at that, above price offer. Oh, sorry. 10,000 above price. Earnest money, they're only going to put down 4,000. No option fee, no termination. But they need 5,000 in closing costs. And I could add an agent analysis. Like, why would I want to do this? I'll show you why. Pros. Great agent. 5,000 above asking. Cons. Need more financing. Working with a credit union, which is pretend, whatever. Can't spell, but that's okay. Hit save. So you'll see here is I got a couple offers now. I could highlight this one, and I could compare them. And I could do a quick breakdown of the offers that come in. So if the offers come in automatically to you, it's a lot faster. You don't have to type it all in. But if you're doing it yourself, you can. The benefit of this is I could download this, or I could just send a quick email to my client saying, hey, congratulations, you have 2 offers. Here's your 2 offers. I'll be over later this afternoon to discuss. And you can give them a quick breakdown of what they are. It's just a cool little feature to be able to do that too. So let's say I go sit down and we're going to accept an offer. We're going to accept this one because it's a nice one. I'm going to accept offer. The offer has been accepted. Now you'll see commissions over here go live. See, I just jumped on. Now that we have an accepted offer, I can do our commissions, or our CDA, our commission disbursement authorization. I'll know exactly what I'm going to make. There's no, what am I doing until I do a third review 4 weeks in, right? So on my commissions, you'll see I have my sales price, $400,000. If I need to change it, I can. My commission's 3%, a $12,000 commission. I'm taking a full payment, $12,000. About October 31st is the closing date. Here's the breakdown. Here's me, the payment expected on this date, my gross commission. Now I still have royalties of $720. You'll notice I have a cap of $3,000 in royalty. I've paid in $624. I still owe $2,375 on my royalty. This is live. This is working. I don't need to go ask the AMCA how much do I still owe on my royalty, how much do I still owe on my cap. It tells me. So $720 is going to go to my royalty, the 6%. Then my company commission, $3,600 at the 30%. I still have $6,371 left on my cap. So $3,600 is going to go towards my cap at 30%, my 70-30 split. I also have 110 E&O. So I'm going to make $7,570 after splits and everything. You'll notice it right over here to the right. I have my total commission, my royalties, my company currency, pay to agents, pay to the office. So I'm making this, after all the splits, my office is making that. I know what I'm making. Pretty cool? I don't have to go ask how much do I owe my cap, what's left, my deductions. Say if I want to put some to KW Cares, I could add it here. I could also add, say if I have a TC or a referral. So let's add a referral. Let's say I have an outside referral to an agent. I'm giving them 25%. Their tax ID, we always need their tax ID. We'll take it off our referral form because when we send a referral form, they give us our tax ID so we can 1099 them. We'll pretend that's that. The broker's name, we'll say it's John Doe Broker. Agent's name is Mike Doe. Address is 1401 Rancho Vista 93536. Palmdale, California. Whatever. We hit add. So now I put in my referral. As I scroll up at the very top, you'll see an outside referral of $3,000 to Mike Doe. So it adds it there for me. So now I know it's already done. There's no surprises. I know what I'm going to make. So now you'll notice my royalties went down because I'm making less money. My company commission split went down because I'm making less money. My deductions are still $110. Now I'm making $5,650. Pay to the office. I'm making $5,600. $6,000 is going to the office for the outside referrals, the royalties, and the company dollars. Then I would hit submit when I have it all right. That's basically my third review. And this office knows now what you're going to make. We know how we're going to split it up. We send the CDA over to escrow just like normal, and so we know what we're actually going to make. Pretty cool? Have a lot of kind of lost spaces?
I have a question.
Sure.
So, what about your previous transactions? Do you have to go in and put all
No.
of it in?
So right now we're just telling people to play. So if you have someone that like legitimately you are cultivating for the next month because they're going to sell soon, or you have someone that's like, hey, I'm going to go on the market next week or 2 weeks, put them in here, play, do a fake round, still use SkySoap, still use the TCs like normal, just get comfortable with it. Because when we make the transfer, we just want as many people to be comfortable with it as possible. So when the first time doesn't come around, they're freaking out. So we want to make it easy and smooth. Put your people in here, see how it goes, put your documents in there just to see how it works. And then once you feel comfortable, start using it a little bit more and more and more. But we're using SkySoap in the meantime. So SkySoap's still there. We're making it simple for everybody. We're not changing anything yet. But if we go, hey, October 1st, okay, you've had a month, you put a couple, no big deal. You're ready to go. That's why we're doing this class, getting ahead of it to show what we can do. Because this is one little tiny app of really powerful tools that this system does. And the more you use it, it's going to help you in your business. But we're just trying to focus on this part first to make it simple. And then we'll get more in depth as people want to or don't want to. If you don't want to use this at all, the only thing you'll ever have to do is get in here, make the opportunity, put all your stuff in here, go to the end and hit submit, and you'll get your money. Make sense? Like you don't have to use it at a high level, but we just want people to get comfortable with it in the meantime. So you have your notes in here. You can do different timelines as your documents come through. You'll have your under contract documents that you'll have to put in. You'll add all those documents, and then your close, which is your fifth review, your final statement, and your agent sold printout. You probably have your VP in here as well. You're going to submit to the EMC, and then once you have your closed one, that'll also be your paycheck. So this is going to be the new system. It's going to work just like this. Now you can always go back into one thing I'll show you, which is cool with this system. As you'll notice in here, I have this porch. At the top, we have marketplaces. You have basically add-ons that some cost money, some are free. This one's free. I could see this as repair estimate report. I added porch. I could get started with porch. I could drop my my inspection report into here, and they will generate within a few minutes a cost for the repairs and a handyman's number if you so choose to get those repairs done by that handyman, a local handyman. So it's really great for negotiating. Is you get an RR for, they want $1,000 and the request for repairs is pretty long. And like, oh, should we do the $1,000 or what do you think? Are we going to, do an RRR, how many R's it is, and tell them 500? Well, what does it cost to fix all this? Oh, I don't know. Let's get a handyman out there. I could drop this in here and it'll tell me within seconds. Hey, it's $1,400 to the handyman. So they only want 1,000. Maybe we offer them 800 and we just call it a day. It's just a great negotiation tool to help your business. And so this is just the things with technology to help us in our business to make things a little bit smoother. So that's just one of the really cool things that it does that you could add into here. And I don't want to get too complicated because it's already complicated enough. But our recommendation is go to opportunities, create an opportunity with someone or yourself, and go through the process like they're selling a home or buying a home. Pretend with it, get comfortable with it, just play with it, have questions, come to us with more questions if you have them, so when we do make the transfer over to this, we're not completely lost. We all feel pretty comfortable, business as usual. People that use their business at this at a high level are going to really have big benefit over the people that don't. Just my recommendation. Okay, any questions?
Can you mention what the big benefits are?
Mass data to help your business at a high level. So our biggest companies in the world right now are data companies. Google, Facebook, all their business is through data for you. What you do as a consumer, that's the way the world's working now. How can we advertise to you? What are you most likely to do? Your phone tracks you. If you don't think Google tracks you through your phone, they absolutely do. Even if it's on airplane mode, they still track you. Where you go, how often you stay at the stores, everything. You are being tracked 100%. Scary. Go YouTube it and watch what they do. Watch the people that hack into your phone and they see what Google's tracking. It's insane. So people have your data. No matter what, someone's going to have your data in your business. So I prefer that a real estate company owned by a realtor who started as a realtor, built the company as a realtor, have my data and use it to my benefit than some major data company like Zillow or Google or anything like that, okay? So the benefit to doing this at a high level is I'll just show you in just this section. If I do this at a high level and I put everyone I have into here consistently, if I meet people at an open house and I put my cultivates in here, and I do it and I, like just my whiteboard, or I put my appointments in here, all my appointments that I ever get, I put them in here consistently, it's going to track it for me, my business. It's going to tell me eventually what my conversion rate is. It's going to say, from your appointments to close, you're at a 7.8%. So every appointment you get, you're only getting 7% closings. Okay, so if I want to make $200,000, that means I could do the math and figure out how much I need to make $200,000 because I'm only at a 7% conversion. It's also going to tell me what all of Command is doing. Everyone that's using Command at a high level, 200,000 agents you're competing with are doing. If they're getting 19% close rate and you're getting 7, you have an issue in your business. It's you. What's wrong? Why am I not closing these appointments? What can I do different? Command will start recommending classes that you take to train to get better at this. To say, we noticed that you were struggling with appointments. Agents that have struggled with appointments have taken these 3 classes, have seen a growth at 7% over the next 4 months. Because every agent is using it at a high level, it'll know that data. So that's just this little section in here. Now I could show you in my reports, in my database overview. These are my database health score. It's going to tell me how many phone numbers I have in my database, my emails, my addresses, my neighborhoods, my home anniversaries, my birthdays, pretty low. Then it's going to give me a score. Look, I'm pretty low of people I've reached out in my activity. It's pretty bad. But I can hit this little compare button, and I can see agents in my market center. Wow, they're doing a lot better than me, 13%. Or I can see agents in my state. All agents are agents in the production bracket above me. So if I'm doing $5 million, I want to see what the $10 million agents are doing. I can see what their scores look like and at a high level what I need to do to catch up. And it's going to keep track of all I have 2,587 people in here. I got my sources. I also have different reports that it could do. So this is going to keep track of this for me as I run my business at a high level. So even my contacts, how many contacts come in, who's last been tagged, how often do I need to tag them, am I actually calling them? So when I'm actually doing the things that it's telling me to do, it'll track my business for me. And they'll start recommending things to me, what I should do at a high level. Because 2,000 agents are doing it, we built it off technology, off data, and the Kelly platform, it's going to get smarter and smarter and smarter and start recognizing things for me. Very soon, when you take a listing, probably within 2 years, you're going to say, hey Kelly, start Smart Plan listings one for 1234 Main Street, and it'll go starting smart plans. And what that'll do is it'll do your circle prospecting, where it'll send out postcards or whatever you set up your smart plan to be. It'll do a Facebook advertisement. It'll do all this stuff for you because it's done in the past. It's what's worked. But then Kelly will be smart enough and say, "Are you sure? We found that homes in this bracket with pools have worked better when you've used this lead generation. They've sold faster." Does that make sense? Because it knows every one of us that have done it, who've sold faster, did this smart plan. And these smart plans will be available for us to buy and use from other agents that created it, or the ones that have been created for us. So it's going to tell us what's worked better for other people. So right now, if I go on the lead generator and I do a Facebook ad through here, it's going to tell me ones that have worked better for other people. They've had more click rates and more open rates because all the agents have used this at a high level. They see what's worked and then they recommend that to you. So that's what I'm saying. You'll have an advantage because you have 200,000 agents worldwide using this at a high level, and so you'll see what's working for them, and Kelly knows and keeps track, and then they'll start recommending to you, "Hey, I know this works better at this demographics. If you target women ages 20 to 55 are looking for pool homes, we've seen a better click rate." You're like, "Okay, cool, I didn't know that." You get more, your percentage will be, you'll save money if you do that, or whatever, if you're looking for just clicks.
Helps you refine your efforts.
It does, because everyone's doing it, and it keeps track of what we're doing, and it's going to start recommending to us what's working. Because I've spent a lot of time, when I was doing real estate full time, I did a lot of Facebook leads, and if you get into the Facebook Lead Excel, like their lead program, there's a lot of different demographics, people to target, different strategies, and I spent a lot of time. I would do 3 or 4 different ads, and I see which one would be the best, and what days I would put it on there. It took a ton of time to figure out. Like, a lot of top agents pay someone full time just to do that. We're not going to have to. It's just going to do it for us. And many of our documents that we're talking about, many of this will just be done for us very soon. Meaning that once we put in the listing, it's just Kelly's going to know. It's going to send out the documents that are required to get signed. They're going to put them back in there for you signed. You're getting an email to sign things from Kelly very soon. That's the reality of what we've built the platform on AI to do for the agents. We just, as agents, need to start using it. It's going to get smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. Like when Kelly first came out, it was really dumb. We were asking it like really basic questions. It was very dumb. It's already leaps and bounds better over the last year and a half. It's only going to get better, better, better. Just like when Siri came out, just like when the Google Home came out, they were all very dumb. They're just learning. All it does is learn. And pretty soon we're going to get plugged into the machine and they're going to take over. So might as well just get with the program.
It's here.
Yeah.
So is this system smart enough to transfer all of our contacts?
Yeah.
So all of my contacts that are in the Edge will all automatically.
So eEdge, it was up and running. Their market leader was in partnership with us, and they're allowing our contacts to come in, but they stopped that. So market leader is not allowing your contacts to hit a button. You used to hit a button. I did. Hit a button. Everyone came in, and then they went. Arr! They didn't want us to do that anymore because it's a competing company, and they didn't want to make it easy. So now it's still very easy. You go, "Hey Mike," and you set an appointment with Mike, and he does it for you. You have to download it into a CSV file. And then you transfer it over from a CSV file. It's not that hard to do, but Mike can help you through it pretty quickly and easy. But I would strongly recommend you get all your contacts into here because you could do really cool things, for example, in here with your contacts. Like I'm in Adam Wilson, you can see all our communication that we've had to each other. You can see his neighborhoods that I've set up. You can see the smart plans that I've set up for him that happens. Different opportunities, different tasks, different notes that I've set. I could even click here and send him a message, a text message, if need be. So there's a lot of cool things you can do in here. I would strongly recommend you start by getting your people into here, and then we'll go
It doesn't take them out of the Edge. It just
Nope, it doesn't delete them out of the Edge. You still have your eEdge account still there. Our partnership with eEdge and Market Leader is going away, so they may start trying to charge you to keep using eEdge. So I would,
Market leader for sure.
yeah. So I would get ready to get into this program, and eEdge is like eEdge can't do what just this app does in command. Like it can't do all this stuff that I used eEdge. That's what I used before I switched to Lions Desk because eEdge wasn't quite there. When I switched to Lions Desk, the Lions Desk I like, now this does what Lions Desk does. But I was paying $50 a month for Lions Desk. And that's just this app. I was paying $100 and something a month for our landing pages that we could do now for free. So there's a lot this could do. That's a whole nother, every one of these is a class. Contacts is a class. Task is almost a class. Smart plans is 2 classes. Referrals, that's a class. Opportunities, that's what we focused on today. That's an important one. That's a class. Campaigns, these are doing Facebook leads. You can do all sorts of craziness through here. That's a class that we have to just teach because there's so much that we could do on this platform that we are just given. It doesn't cost us any money. That many agents are paying quite a bit monthly for all this stuff.
So this replaced Lions Desk?
It did for me. There's no reason to have Lions Desk with this.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I know it's kind of confusing. Just play with the compliance piece for now. Get a contact in there. Put yourself, if you have nobody, get in agent.kw.com. If there's nobody in there, make yourself a contact. Play with yourself. See what you, sound bad. Put yourself in here. Put yourself as an opportunity. Pretend that you're going to buy a house. Walk through the program. See what it looks like. Get confused. Come back with questions because soon this will be everything. This will be compliance. And you can do it all through your phone if you want. You don't have to get on the computer. I just find it easier to go through. Look at that, unpopular. We'll have a probably October-ish, and we'll be starting to transfer people over. We'll probably have SkySlope for a while, so we're not going to just get rid of it one day, but we just want people to be ready.
Right on.
It's very cool.
Well, I had Market Leader, and I think I was paying the Market Center extra for it. And then Market Leader, obviously tried to get me to pay them,
Yeah.
and they froze my database. And then all I had to do was call them and tell them, I'm not gonna pay,
Yeah.
period. Give me my database back, and they did.
Yeah. Well, that's just scary that they can call and freeze your database.
Are they gonna use our information that we have in there?
I would damn sure think they probably will.
Can we delete that?
Yeah, you can. You can go. They might have some contract that you signed in the beginning, like we're not going to give your database out. I don't know. I don't know who owns Market Leader, but typically there's these major companies. Like you wouldn't believe what Zillow owns. Like Zillow owns a lot of like Lions Desk and these other companies. So we're pumping in all this info that Zillow's taking to use against us, which is
Ludicrous.
if you look at these major companies that own these smaller companies, and you kind of follow the money to where they own. A lot of them are data companies that they use. So there's a good chance, yeah, we're just giving them people's name, info, birthdays.
And how do we know this isn't doing the same thing?
So we built this from the ground up. Keller Williams built this.
Okay.
This
They
isn't
own it.
owned. We
Keller
own it.
Williams owns it.
Yeah. And so Gary Keller said, yeah, that is always a concern. Someone will own the data. It's just, are you gonna trust me, who I've been in the business forever, and all I want is real estate agents to be successful, and I've never gone public. He could have made billions selling the company or going public. He still could, and he doesn't want to. He wants to die with Realtor on his name, on his tombstone. He gave $1 billion into this for the agents because he just wants to win and have a great. He's happy with where he's at. He goes, trust me. You know, my promise is I will never take your data or do anything. He has his promise on here. It's yours. If you leave, you take it with you. So it's just his word over other companies.
Any other real estate company, and the company owns your leads.
Yeah.
They're not yours. They belong to the company. This is the only real estate company where it's the opposite.
Yeah, we don't care. It's your stuff, your information. Keep it. So yes, someone will own your data though.
That was the inspiration for this program, though.
Yep,
Is
100%.
what Zillow was doing and all these other companies, what they're doing with the data is the reason that this was created.
Yep. So Gary Keller said if we can't build it from the ground up or buy it, then we won't be a part of it. So we've been building a lot of stuff. Some companies we bought to make things easier. For example, our app, who's the main technology provider for Berkshire Hathaway, we bought. And so now we own Berkshire Hathaway's technology. And we've offered to sell their portion back to them, because it's kind of unfair, and they haven't got back to us yet. I mean, at a reasonable market price, obviously, we're not just gonna give it to them. But that's just how important technology is, and owning the technology, is we don't want some third-party bolt-on company that's gonna steal our data. It's ours. And we think it's that important. So we spent $1 billion building this, so we could have that. It's cool. Billion, the B. Gary says he'll put more into it if he has to.
Crazy.
Yeah? How cool is that we have a company that can put $1 billion into something and we're not in debt? We have no venture capitalists, we have no stockholders, we have no stockholders basically that hold us accountable to anything, to make bad decisions because we're not making profit. So, it's cool stuff. Anyways, so that's where we're at. We're gonna keep doing these compliance classes. If you're still confused as all confused, if you wanna come back to the next one, we're going over the same thing every time. We're just making a person, we're making an opportunity, we're showing you how to get in there and put documents in there if you so want.
And when you're going to start offer the other classes or just the?
So we're just focusing on this for now because we feel like this is confusing people enough. And we only have, I need people to sign in. It's right in front. Can you sign in and pass it around? We only have probably a quarter of the agents have come to this so far, and we need everyone to come in because our compliance is changing. So we're just focusing on the compliance piece right now. We will probably look in the next, through September, is doing a class on each section, and see how that goes. But we just don't want to overwhelm people yet, because it could be overwhelming.
Is this the same one that you did last week?
Same class, but we're done. It's over.
No, I already took the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just gonna keep doing it, and we're asking everyone to come at least once to have a feeling, so they understand what's going on. But come back if you need it, because when the transition happens. And if you do get in here and you feel actually kind of comfortable, we need test dummies to say, I'll be a test dummy. I will put my transactions in here as we go through the process a couple times to see how it goes before we bring in more test dummies until we go live. We just want to make sure it's pretty smooth. Okay?
You need dummies.
Volunteer distribute? That'd be great. That would be great because we need, do you use TC? A TC?
I do.
Who's your TC?
It's Christine Healy. She's expensive.
She'll have to learn this.
Yeah. Supposed to be.
Because if you're using a TC, or maybe you just do one of your transactions yourself or something.
She has like 40 agents that she provides services for, so I'm sure somebody else.
But yeah, as well. As the system changes, you have to learn it. You have to get her to come to one of these classes. Any questions you can help with? Don't be scared, we'll be okay.
I don't think I know enough to ask.
Come back.
The next class is tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 2. Same class.
2 o'clock.
Exact same class?
Exact same class.
2 o'clock.
Yeah, I believe it's 2 o'clock. It'll be me or Adam or Mike.
Well, I missed the first part, so.
Yeah, come back, because it'll be questions.
In the meantime, maybe I can get Mike to download my database.
Yeah, schedule a time, you could always schedule a time with Mike, he'd love to help you if you're having trouble getting your database into it. For the most part, it's gone pretty smooth now when you see